Another member request here from Ferdinand, and we have Outside My Door by Can. Just a couple real essential parts here. The whole intro and verse section is just a fun scaling down in E, and we'll start at 7th fret on the A, and we're just going to be hitting this open E low note here, and we're just going to be moving this A note. And we'll start it at 7, we'll hit it about 3 times, drop it down to 6, it's real chromatic here, and we hit that 6 5 times, keeping that open E going the whole time. Move it down to 5, hit that 3 times, down to 4, hit that 5 times, and then land on kind of a bigger shape here with this, we want to hit some like bottom strings now, and just double this B note, hit the 4 on the G, and then you can hit the open B and open E under it, and ultimately we're landing on 2 of the A here for a big open power chord with that open low E. Just kind of skipping that middle D. Right. And after we hit that, we can keep that low E going still. Okay, just maybe a few 4 times in there or so. Then we just come off, hit an open G, B, and E, and then just land on an open E chord here. And then we just keep the open low bass note going there. And essentially we're just going to cycle through that, a good handful of times. And we can have fun with the little harmonica section over the top of that intro and verse. And it's just playing a little melody here, these, bottom few frets here. Start with a couple of open Bs, a couple of 2s on the E, go 2 open on the E, open E, 3B to open, and then finish with 2G, open B. So slowly. Chorus section comes along. We got a 3-chord progression there, and then it just kind of ends with a couple of the same chords. We do a couple of G strums here. You don't really have to worry about the full strum of the chord. You can hit more just like to make it like a 5 or something like that power chord. So we're just going to do like a 3E, 2A, open D and G. And you can just strum it a couple times. It's a little bit arbitrary here, no big deal. Just and we just drop down to an A. And kind of the same deal there, just open A, 2 on the D, G, and B. Come off to an E. Right, open E, 2 on the A, 2 on the D, 1 on the G. You can strum that, just a couple more strums after, just hold it. Right, and we would crank through those 3 chords 3 times. So go through that 3 times, and then we cap it all off by just doing, 4 very distinct strums of the G. And then we drop down to the A, strum that 4 times closer together. There's a slight variation of the main verse riff that happens at the end of the second verse, and kind of like in that big outro that happens. This kind of just goes through until the fade out. And basically we're just going to take the first part of the verse, the scaling chromatic down section, and just repeat that. Okay, now we just come right back and do it again. And we just cruise through that 3 times, and then we can kind of make that section fuller now, where it gets a little bigger, and we go, same chromatic scale here on the A, but now we can add the octave with it on the G, so just 2 frets up on the G, so it would be like a 9 to, 8 to 7 to 6. Right, and we can even add like the open B and E under it, just to make it even bigger. Right, and just come off to like an E chord. Once we get to the solo section, there's a key shift that happens, and it moves to a C minor shape. So, the rhythm guitar is just kind of hitting that C minor. Alright, and you do it there, you could do it up here. It's up to you. Be as creative as you want with the rhythm section. And, the guitar is just playing around in that C minor pentatonic shape, so kind of cruise through, show you some of the stuff that's going on with that. Towards the end of the solo, it kicks in a couple of new chords here. We'll just hit basically an A, but the solo note over it. That kind of makes it like this A13. So you could just strum the A and then add the 13, which is like an octave of a 7. So we're just here at the 8 on the B, and just hang with that, give it some vibrato. And then that comes up to 10 on the B, same vibrato. Alright, now from here, it kicks into a D, and the soloing will be up here, picking through that really high octave of the D here. So up 15, 14 E, okay, playing around there. Just kind of mess around in that D shape, and then it, slides up into it by hitting like 12 G, 12 E, 13, 13, and then 14, 14. So you're just playing around there. Alright, moves more into like the E now. Kind of goes back to that. And it just does a D scale here at the high E on the 17, 15, 12. Okay, plays around in the E minor pentatonic area now. So like a bend at the 15B, 12E, 15B. Off to 12B. Comes up, does a real high on the high E, 19, 17, 15. Okay, then we go 15, 12, E, 15, 12B. Alright, and at this point we're kind of carrying back into our original verse section there. And it just kind of hangs out in the E minor pentatonic area and just plays around there. So a little something like, maybe bend the 14G, 12B. Okay, bend that 14G, 12 to 15B. Do a little 14G, 12B under it. Bend that 14. Okay, just playing around with that. And then a little bit of an A now, where we're hitting kind of that end of the chorus dynamic, the 1, 2, 3, 4 on the, what would be the 14 of the B here, part of an A chord. And then just come off to 12s on the high E, and we just vibrato that and just sustain it for a good while. Alright, so thank you very much to Ferdinand. Hope you all enjoyed this dive into some obscure fun stuff here. We'll see you next time. Thank you very much.